let's welcome Dr. Adedayo, Kayode, Sociopolitical Technocrat. Good morning. Always refreshing to have you.
Good morning. How are you today? Refreshing being with you too.
Yeah. Definitely. Good morning.
All right. So I'm sure you heard us talking about this back and forth with Dangote, NNPCL, and marketers. Please jump in. Let's see what you have for us.
Don't let me jump so that I don't break my legs.
Okay. Don't jump, doctor.
Don't jump.
Just
walk in.
Yes.
Stroll in.
All right. You see, when you look at the series of arguments that have been going on in that particular industry, vis-a-vis Dangote, NNPC, and presidency, you're going to see that the sayings of our elders have now come to fore. You can only deceive a people some of the time. You cannot deceive them all of the time. Before now, successive governments have been talking as regards fuel subsidy, brought in because of the dollar factor and international markets. Now, with Dangote refinery domiciled in Nigeria, where you have abundance of the crude, tell me, where is that dollar factor? And what concerns Nigeria with international markets? So the issue now is they have lied to Nigerians a lot. And unfortunately, the wind has blown.
Who are they?
Yes.
Who's the they?
Who are the they? Who are they?
It's the government. The government. We
translation.
The wind has blown, and it has exposed, opened the can of worms. So that is now a problem. Now again, on the issue of Dangote refinery again, it is nothing other than trying to ensure that Dangote's fuel is not selling at a lower price than the one they will be importing. Can you also remember the other time that there was a problem as regards the quality of Dangote refinery compared to that of the one being imported? And unfortunately for them, Dangote had been ahead by bringing the technical people from NNPC to come and determine the quality refined from that particular factory. And they are judging to be the best. So what are you talking about? All these things that we are seeing is nothing other than connivance of the leadership of this country against the people that they are supposed to protect.
But Dr. Dayo, we had a caller from Abuja, Paul, who said that Dangote had enjoyed monopoly over the years, that he had monopolized the markets. He said so many of them, he didn't mention it, but I'm thinking maybe sugar, cement, and all of that. And he's saying that Dangote is still trying to replicate the same thing in the oil sector. Do you agree?
You see, there is no doubt about it that Dangote had enjoyed a lot of monopoly in this country, as well as concessions, as well as underline concessions.
Yeah.
All right? No. But the issue of pump price of petrol has been affecting us in this country for long. It has been a source of conduit pipe whereby people's real income are being intentionally drained by the government, by the leadership. And we are now saying Nigerians have come of age. We are now ready to tackle the government scientifically with facts and figures. And we are now saying enough is enough. Let Nigerians breathe.
All right, Dr. Adedayo, so what is the way out for us now? Should the marketers go ahead and import fuel because there's this saying that there's a lack of fuel shortage? Should the marketers go ahead and import fuel, or should Dangote find another way to get fuel, make fuel readily available to the people?
Let me tell you this. To solve this problem is beyond Dangote and the fuel marketers. The solution is in our hands. It's in the hands of the people.
How do you mean?
The solution is not with either the marketers or the government or the leadership of this country. But the solution is with the people.
Can you hold your thoughts?
How do I mean?
Let me hold your thoughts. I'll be right back. Michael, thank you for calling. Michael is calling from Abuja. Please go ahead with your contribution.
Okay, Mike, I want to ask a question.
Okay.
Does it mean if the marketers or NNCCL decide to import, can that also export its own products, maybe out of Nigeria to neighboring country, so that freedom will be there for everybody? Whether you decide, if what we after as Nigeria is, if we can get this product cheap, if we get it outside the country cheap, fine. If we get it from that refinery cheaper, fine. Let everybody have an environment to do business. If Nigerian marketers or NFPC decide to import, let them go to work on way to export its own product and sell. What we after is just for the bread to come. And doesn't mean that the thing is said. But what happens if Nigeria or federal government or refinery decide to or come up to work tomorrow? Doesn't mean that the thing will fall down.
That's a valid question. Thank you, Mike, for calling. Now, Doctor, Michael said, so if the importers are deciding to import fuel, Dangote should decide to export as well, which brings me to this thing about a deregulated matter. What's it called? Market. Does Dangote have the right to sue? Yeah, does Dangote have the right to sue marketers and the NNPCL over importations? Does he have that right? In a deregulated market?
Let me tell you this. Wait, we are only using English to deceive ourselves.
What do you mean? Yeah.
So you don't believe in deregulation?
They are all involved in these connivance. I am telling you, all they are doing, all you are seeing, they are all just for you and I to believe that, yes, they are not working together. They are all together in this connivance.
When you say all,
that's what I'm saying.
When you say all, do you mean
people?
Hold on, do you mean Dangote, NNPCL, and the marketers are all together in this connivance? Is that what you're saying?
In the government, including the federal government.
Okay.
They are all together. They are only deceiving us. Not until when the people decide to take some decisive actions to bring down these people from their the oligopolistic tendencies they have been inflicting on the people.
That's a major word.
So how would the people now do this? How would the common man do this?
I will give you an example. I was just discovering some people yesterday in the evening, and we now Google it. As regards when they said that in Germany, even though they said it's a lie, but at least it's a concept. Even if it is a lie, it is a concept. Government just increased pump price of petrol. And when they heard it, everybody where they were at that point, they left their vehicles there and they walked home.
Wow.
They left their vehicles there, even though social media has denied that, but at least it's a concept.
Before we let you go, you said this is a
You
concept.
think government will not talk?
That's in Germany where
It's a concept.
That's in Germany where you can leave your car and have no fear of it being hijacked by hoodlums. Can you do that in Nigeria and not have your car stolen?
We are talking about, if you heard me very well, I said if the leadership are conniving, then the people too should come together. So when people decide to come together, nothing will happen to their vehicles too. Because we are all into this.
All right.
We are all into this.
All right, Dr. Adedayo.
I was discussing also 2 days ago with some NURTW people, and they were telling me the kind of problems they are facing, that they have allowed themselves to be used more than enough. They will be the one that will do this for them. They will be the one that will do this for them. But then look at where they are today.
Thank you very much, Dr. Adedayo. I'd like to shift your attention to this headline, this big story that's brewing on the Daily Trust newspaper, how we recovered consignment drugs from Senator Ashiru's house. This is coming from the NDLA, and the NDLA have made a statement, a bold statement. 2 aides were arrested, 1 is jailed, but coming from the lawmaker, he says that the allegations are not true. How would you respond to this? Dr. Adedayo, well, wow.
You know, I am waiting with bated breath to see how he's going to respond to this question you just asked him.
Talking about the Dangote and all, I would have loved, maybe we'll have to create a particular segment. Well, Dr. Adedayo will have to explain how the common man will be able to take back, in his own words, take back from the is it oligarchy he called it us?
I can't even say the word. Yeah.
But how would you expect the common man? I mean, to protest these days is almost treasonable. I mean, parents are telling their children, do not go out, do not protest, do not do this. I mean, we saw what happened during the NSAS commemoration. We saw how people were taken and all that. I saw the interview of one of the guys that was taken. He said he was beaten, he was torn. Some people were sexually assaulted and all that. I mean, that's just because they just went out. They didn't peaceful protest, according to them. So, I mean, so how would you expect the common man? And the common man right now is being faced with 1,000 naira fuel or above that, food prices, is trying to live by the day, 150,000 naira to feed your family in a day, family of 4, and you expect that person to leave all that and say, I'm going out to...
So he talked about the concept. He said he was having a conversation with people. Now, he's not even sure if if it happened, but he's saying it's a concept. And it's in Germany. And he said when the price of fuel was increased, people just abandoned their cars. So I'm saying that's in Germany where your car will remain safe. How about in Nigeria?
In Nigeria.
Where you can't just leave your car like that. And I remember how CSO said, it was in the national dailies just yesterday, they accused this government of weaponizing the security apparatus. So you just alluded to what happened to those protesters who commemorated the NSAS movement.
We saw what happened during the NSAS protest when it was hijacked. Let's have Dr. Adedayo. Dr. Adedayo, I was asking you what about the NDLA bust in Dr. Ashiru's house. Dr. Ashiru has also denied the allegations, saying that they were untrue. But according to NDLA, aides have been arrested and 1 has been jailed. How would you respond to this?
Well, it will be a bit difficult to respond to that. You know why?
Why?
We need to know what is the state of Dr. Ashiru in Ilorin, and what is his relationship with the government? And to what extent are we really sure that those things that NDLA claimed to have found in his house, are they also true? Were they implanted there or not? We're only asking questions now. Not until when we are able to see the footage of their bouncing into his residence and then coming out with those things and then proving that yes, those things were actually found there. They'll be able to know how to look at those things together. Because we have seen situations in this country whereby powerful people will be using some instruments of government against some other people just because they are powerful. They want to show the extent to which they can exert their force on such a person. We have seen it severally in this country. So, for anybody now jumping into conclusion from what they or what leadership or NDLA is saying, that person will be making a mistake. So, we need to study the situation properly before coming up with comments and commentaries.
Dr. Adedayo, if I might get you clearly, just to be clear, are you saying this is some sort of witch hunt or vendetta against the senator?
I won't say that. I say it might be, it might not. Might not. We are seeing where people will step on some powerful people in the government. They will step on their toes, and they will now use the instrument of government against such a person. We have seen it before. So are we sure? Is a question that I want you to underline. That is not the same thing that is playing out. Are we sure?
You know,
so not until when we do the proper investigation to have
all right.
of one, the relationship of Ashiru
Doctor,
with government.
hold on a little. Let me quickly pick this call. Doctor, let me quickly pick this call. Michael, thank you. Michael, thank you for calling. Michael is calling from Abuja. Please go ahead with your contribution.
I want to ask the guest analyst a question.
Go ahead.
My question is, as let's say, for instance, NDLA, police, or any government agency come to search your house with a search warrant, as a citizen of Nigeria, just based on what he said, do you have a right to search them first before they go inside your house as a citizen?
Yes.
Because
yes.
Assume people coming to search your
to
house.
me before.
Oh. Michael, he's answering you. He said yes, that it has happened to him before. I wonder, how did you do that?
It has happened to me.
Okay.
Years back. Some people, they set up the police against me. And on a weekend, on a Saturday, I was just waking up. And I had two people knocking my door. The moment I saw them, I knew they were police. And they now said they have a search warrant to come and search my house. I said, for what? I said, okay, no problem. But before you get inside, I will not allow more than 2 people to come inside. At that time, I was living bedroom flat apartment at a cement. I said, I have to search you before you enter. They looked at me. I said, yes. And I searched them very well before they entered my house. And that was, I'm talking years back.
Doctor,
they entered my house.
Doctor, I must applaud your courage. Dr. Kayode, I must applaud your courage. It takes guts to do what you just did, what you told us you did. Yes. And you were younger. I applaud your courage.
I'm talking of around 1990, around
Yeah, Doctor, we have to bring you back to tell us this story. In fact, we'd love for you to do it in your house, but we've got to wrap this up, yeah? And I'll have to say the policemen were gentlemen policemen for them to have allowed you to search them, but we do appreciate you so much.
That is my right, because I know my rights.
Yeah, but
I have known my right from my kindergarten days.
But you know how some of these security operatives can how do we say it, can use power to, you know, overwhelm you. But
I told them right away.
Yeah.
I told them right away. I know I'm not going to disturb you from searching me, searching my house.
Doctor,
but I also have the authority to search you before you come into my house.
You have the
so
right.
That you don't dump anything.
Thank you, Doctor. You have the audacity and you have the right, which is why every Nigerian should know their right. Dr. Adedayo, Kayode, Sociopolitical Technocrat. Thank you so much for your time. All right.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
You too, Doctor. Thank you.